Okay. Yeah. So let's talk what are there. I mean, today I know there are only two things that we need to discuss, and today's we are going to discuss about that. Those are nothing but the Docker security and Anchor tag. I mean, Docker security using Anchor, and network security using a Nessus. So we do use. I know we almost talked about the anchor secure. I mean anchor scanning, but we still pending. Let's do that also today itself. Okay. Okay. Now let me start my virtual box here, and then I hope you guys can able to see my screen. Okay, right. So last time what we have done is uh, so what we have done is we exclusively install the anchor tag and then done a scanning about it. But this time, what we are going to use is we are going to use the a Docker container as a anchor. I mean, we don't need to specifically separately install the anchor. So we are going to use the existing anchor tag, I mean anchor image. That image is having all the binaries installed in it, pre-installed in it. We are going just using it. That's it. We don't need even separate installation also. This is a pretty much easy and even easy for developing things also. Okay, you don't need to bother about all the binaries, what are the dependencies, what the phases. Last time we have seen a chain dependency issues, right? We don't need to bother about that. Okay, for this we can just use the one of the anchor guide up. So this is what it is, anchor. There is a Docker image. Of course we can even install this also using a brew is talking about the Mac OS. Let's actually there is a separate thing for the Ubuntu also here. Let's try this. Yeah. Okay, 107. Okay. What is that? So let's go to the, yeah, here. Docker. Yeah, this is what we are going to use the image. As a recap, so what is an anchor? Anchor is one of the security scanning tool for the container images. Okay, so anchor is having the commercial as well as the open source now. So they are providing both the types of modes. So we are just using the open source one. So last time what we have done is we tried to install the anchor on our own, but we faced a couple of issues that is especially relating to the chain dependency of installations and I mean chain dependency installations and moreover some binary issues also. Okay, so to avoid that, what we have done is we are using the a Docker container, which all the things are set up as a open source one. Okay, community based anchor. So that is what this Docker image. Now let's install this in our system. So and then we will use it. Okay. So currently, let's check what are the Docker images that we do have here. Okay. So we do have lot of many images. So I'm gonna pull this also here. So it is going to pull the latest image or anchor. And now what we do is it's going to install everything. And now let's check this. Okay. So Docker images. Okay, here is the one. So now let's talk. What we do is let's scan this one. Okay. Docker run -it. This, as we know, how to run any container from an image, or how to run a Docker container or Docker image. We will use the Docker run space -it. -it means interactive mode. Of interactive mode using anchor of of two. I need to provide what image I want to scan it. I want to scan Nginx. If you see here, there is an image called Nginx, and I'm just giving that entire thing. Okay, Alpine. You should give image name. I mean, this is a repository completely. If you see here, this is an anchor repository, and image is a guide up here. But now for me, I should have an image, I mean, repository slash an image name. But since it is in my local, I don't need to provide of this. So actually, we should give a repository name and all the stuff here. So let's see here. So what it is doing is it is checking the vulnerability DB. I mean, it is checking there is a vulnerability DB where Anchor is using. Anchor will have a database which contains all the vulnerabilities CVV, and then it is now comparing with that set of vulnerabilities of these images. For example, it is internally finding some of the vulnerabilities in this Nginx image, and then it is trying to compare that vulnerabilities list with its own database. Okay, and then we will see what it is doing. It is trying to import it from there. Okay, what it is doing, index Nginx manifest alpine. So what it is doing is okay, now it could not able to find the OCI registry and something. I'm guessing the problem with the repository name itself. Now let's give the complete name here. DevOps, DevOps slash. I'm just changing uh, the image name itself here. Okay. Tracker add email, comma, latest. And DevOps 90, and this is my registry name, and this is my list. Okay. Now let's see what it is showing. Yeah. So now it's find an image. Passing an image means it's found this image from this repository, and then trying to do that. But in earlier case, it is failed to find the Nginx image. If we don't give a repository name, it is finding an image from this docker.io. So it is somewhere repository. So what we should give is we should be giving an image name with completely repository name also. Okay, that is what it is. Now let's see what it is happening here. Okay, so these many vulnerabilities are there for trackrat image itself. Okay, meaning what does it do is by using an anchor image, it is scanned trackrat email of this registry. So finally, it is compiled. Packages are more than 226 packages, meaning it has validated these many packages. And almost there are 389 vulnerability matches, meaning for one library, it can have a multiple issues, right? See, for example, here, the same curl version have a multiple vulnerability IDs, right? These are the vulnerability sizes, which are the common vulnerability. There is a something in it. Among this, there are 23 critical, and 110 are high, 89 is a medium, and 19 is low, and 140 is a negotiable. I mean negligible. But actually what does it happen is it's tried to fix by automatically, meaning if there is any configuration. So meaning it can able to find us some kind of mitigations So it can find a 150 vulnerabilities can be fixed, and 239 cannot be fixed. Cannot be fixed means it did not found a solution for that. These, it is things that okay, it can be fixed by 150. I mean, it know the anchor know what is the solution for 150 vulnerabilities and does not know for 239. So this is what it is. Okay. So now let's understand this. This is the name of the library or name of the package. It has a vulnerabilities and it's a name of the package version. For example, if you see apt-get 2.2.4 has some vulnerability. The vulnerability is CVV 20113374. So what it is type? It is a dbin based file. It is a negligible. Negligible means we can leave it as it is. We don't need to bother about it, but it is very least priority. Now let's take an example of the bash here. Bash is a command line prompt. It has a 5.1 I mean, this is the version of it. As per anchor tag, it cannot be fixed and it does not have any fix also. It is a type of this, and this is a vulnerability and the severity is high. Now let's see what is this is all about here. Okay, what this is? Okay, this is the full form of common vulnerability exposure. So if we want to know complete history about it and all the stuff here, right? We can get all the details here. What is a CVE, how it is formed, how they would assign a numbers and everything they would be given. If someone has found, right? If someone has found any bug which no one has discovered till yet, for example, if you found any issue in a remote code execution vulnerability. I mean, remote code execution vulnerability is already found by someone and they got a CVV number. For example, if you found a XYZ vulnerability and no one has found it, you found a new discover of doing things. What you can do is you can publish that to respective organizations. I'll tell you who is that organization. Yeah, this is the guy. There is an organization cvv.org or cvvformmeter.org. You can publish these guys and they will validate and then they will provide you some CVV number. Whoever, what they do is once they publish, okay, so and so guy has published this bug and they are assigned this CVV number of this year. And for example, if you found this in 2023 and they will allocate CVVE 2023 and some number could be, I think it's been not a random, there is a some order of assigning that number also. You would get this number. What they do once you submit a bug, right? They will clearly validate it. They will test it in multiple systems across the systems. Okay, so then they started assigning this number. So that's how these guys vulnerability number would be provided. Okay, and based on severity also they need to, I mean, you need to mention it down. You have to write up some solution if you want to publish your finding of any vulnerability. Okay, like this, totally these many things here. So now let's understand this what it is here. Oh my God. Okay, what it is exactly? If we go here, okay, a flaw was found in a bash package where the heap buffer overflow can occur in a valid parameter transform. This issue may lead to memory problems. So this is a small description about a problem, and what is all about is because of some parameters, with even with the valid parameters also they can do a heap buffer overflow. What does it mean is they can mimic the entire RAM can be consumed. Finally, your bash will keep on throwing some random issues related to a memory. That is what they are telling it here. And how they found, what it is do, and even you can also try this. You can also try this. See, they have provided multiple configurations and what our softwares has been affected and what libraries it is and how to fix. They will do a lot of things about this. Even if you don't understand, what you can do is you can go and find some other publishers, okay, how they do and what it is. See, Red Hat is an enterprise version, so they immediately publish this kind of issues and what version it is fixed, and these versions are not affected. Since they are enterprise versions, they are clearly giving a heads up. So RHEL 9 we have already fixed that error date is they published this solution and on this date. So for RHEL 6, 7, 8, it is not applicable. Okay, so they immediately closed and everything is fine. So they have I mean, RHEL is an enterprise version. They should be the first guys who should be support their customers, right? Immediately they alerted and then they published the solution also. And they mentioned RHEL 7, 8, they did not affected, only RHEL 9. RHEL 9 even for that, they also published the solution for that. How, what is the solution and how this will be done by the security or separate team for that, okay? So see, solution they have given lots of articles they would be providing, okay? So yeah, so we have to read is all this. See, simply they are selling, go to this system tools, Red Hat package manager and updates, and see, simply they are just doing a subscription manager command and then they are updating it, that's it. They are not doing anything. I mean, they internally they have automated it, okay? That's how, if we found any issues or something. Now what you need to do is, at the same time, as a DevOps person, as a DevSecOps person, if you find any vulnerabilities like this, you need to go and do a research on this particular vulnerability number and then find what solution they are providing. You need to replicate the same thing on your own mission, right? So that's how you do fix it. For example, if you take anything, these guys are saying this is the library which has an affected, and of this version, for to fix this issue, what they are suggesting is they are suggesting to go with the upgrading this version. So you can just upgrade and you are done with that. And if you want complete information about it, you can just go on this, find this CVV number, and then you find a lot of information about it. This is how you need to fix each and everything. First, how do you fix? I mean, what is the priorities? You go, you as always, critical are the main vulnerabilities, critical and high, medium, these are the target vulnerabilities. You need to fix it, you need to fix one by one. So either if it is something related to the project or application jar or something, you have to assign to the developer. But if it is there any with the packages within the OS system, as a DevSecOps person or a DevOps person, you have to uh, you have to fix it. The fixing is, first you go and research, first see what they are suggesting. If this can be fixed or it cannot be fixed by upgrading any version. If it is fixed by upgrading fixed version, so we can directly upgrade it, we are done. If there is no fix available, you just go and research on this vulnerability number and then you find solutions from other teams. So you need to follow that. So ultimately, once you have done those fixes, what you do is you do rescan again, whether it is showing or not, everything you would be doing it. Okay, that's how you do fix of all the stuff. Okay, this is it about this. This is how we do scan any vulnerabilities for a container image. Just simple the anchor image and output as a, I mean, output as your Docker image. But remember one thing, while you are giving an image of this, what you need to do is you have to give a complete registry name and then image ID. So that's how it will find. I mean, basically, it is not going to find a local image and then doing it. It is going to the public repository and then do. scanning of that image. If it is a private image, private repository, what you need to do is you have to give authentication for that private registry. Then only it will go to the private registry and then find this information, find this image. Okay, that's it about this guy's anchor tag information. Okay, now let's talk about the Kiran. Is it okay? Do you have any questions on this?
No, Narendra.
Okay. So let me know if you have any questions. Now let's move to the next one. That is a Nessus scanner. Okay. Now we are talking about the network related scanner. That is a Nessus. And Nessus is not only a network related scanner, but it is also an application scanner, network scanner, and there are some lot of about vulnerability assessment. It is having a dashboard for the management of the vulnerabilities and a lot of the stuffs here. And see, if you want to download the Nessus is also a free and commercial. I can't say the free, but it has they are providing a free version of Nessus, and then after some days we have to upgrade to the enterprise version based on the packages. Okay, so so now let's talk about what exactly is the Nessus here. Okay, see, Tenable One, which is everything, especially you want for the management of the, which is a vulnerability management system. Okay, this is the Tenable vulnerability management, and this is what we are going to do. That this Nessus is one of the most cybersecurity technologies, which is scanning for the, especially for the testers and developers, and to scan everything. For example, if you want to scan active directory or host discovery or subdomain discovery, or you want to find mobile scanning, or you want to find for malware scanning, you can go and use it, but you have to install some of the plugins. That plugins are not easy, I mean not free. You have to pay for that. If you want to scan related to the web applications, you just click on here, and then there are a lot of things that you can do with the web application scanning, and then suggest you a lot of stuff here. And one more thing is, as it is suggesting, this is the CVV based coverage also will be provided, meaning like we have found a CVV score and all stuff, right? So that will also be fine. If any vulnerability is found, it will give a complete information about that vulnerability, and you can cover the entire IT assets. IT assets means your, for example, in companies, they'll have a departments, or they'll have a organizations, sub organizations, or verticals, and each organization or each vertical is kind of a department or IT assets. IT assets means the IP addresses or department names. You can scan the entire group of IP address or a range of it, so, or even you can scan the web application, you can scan the cloud infrastructure, and everything you can scan about it. Network security center, cloud security, exposure, OT security, Lumin. These are all the products from the Tenable. And earlier, Nessus was running as an independent. Tenable acquired this Nessus plugin. I mean Nessus this one. So we are going to use it here. So what we are going to do is we are going to try this. We are going to try this. Yeah. So yeah, 7 days trial period. So what you are going to do is, see, I think they won't do the stuff here. I think a business, maybe they would validate. Earlier, they see they are asking work email address here. Maybe they would block the temp disposable email ID address also here, but still we can try and then fail it. Okay, this is my email address. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Download now. Okay. I want probably, yeah, this one, Linux related. I want Ubuntu 14, no. I want RHL, no. I don't want, I mean, you need to select off all this stuff. Yeah, let's go. It is a 32-bit and this is 74. So Ubuntu. I do have a Ubuntu 18, 14 and all the stuff. I don't have any of this because I'm running 22. What I can do is, uh, but still what I can do is, okay, I'll go with this Ubuntu 84 and then this version, and then even for the Docker also we can use directly. But let's done this. Okay, so now what I'll do is, this is what it is, right? What I'll do is scp downloads. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy to my virtual box here, 168.10.107 /learn. So I've used scp command to copy this .deb file into the machine. So now let me log into back again and we'll install it. Okay, apt get update. Okay, so if you want to install the .deb package in a Debian based or Ubuntu based OSs, we do use a sudo dpkg-i and that .deb file. Okay, meanwhile, let's go and check whether did we receive any emails or not. Okay, I think this is an empty, but let's do one thing here. Okay, so we do have a .deb package. Let's give a formation about it. So Nessus does not have an execution formation. So I'm giving this one sudo dpkg-i, and this is what. Okay. Okay. Ah, okay. Yeah, we can't. It is clearly saying it does not match with this. So what I can go and do is I can, okay, updates, not update I want. See, basically once you install the Nessus, right? What you need to do is you have to upgrade also, because every quarter or every month these Nessus guys will give a package. That package you have to update. What is that package is? That package is all about the the latest findings which Nessus has. You need to update your database of the Nessus. So that's why it is you have to get this one. Okay. This also you have to download that. It has been offline mode. If it is connected to online, it will automatically update it. If it is offline mode, you have to download this 1.57 GB package and update the Nessus database. Okay. Now let's make sure this guy is suggesting 32-bit and AMD 64. Okay, let's go with this guy. Latest one is a 1404. Okay, it is copied. Now let's try to install sudo dpkg-9. Okay, looks like this is going because it is an AMD version of it. Let's see. Okay, this is what it is going to check and everything. So it's installed. Okay, there is a default thing which should going to run. On okay, okay, but let's see system serial status. Okay, okay, SSD service. It was an inactive state. Now let's get started. So yeah, it has been running. Now let's check the service. Yeah, this is what it is doing. And now let's check the port number also here. The port number is 8834. Okay, now let's try to access. I know the IP address of my mission. Dot 0.107 colon 8837 8834. The bad request. I think we should be able to even find our information here. Follow up and set up in the finish. Okay. So we need to find them. Yeah, see this? They are charging almost $3,000 per 1 year. So this is the rate of it. Okay, now system enable. Okay, we will use this also in order to make sure on the boot up it should be doing it out. It should be up. And the status, it is going fine. All necessary ports. So you have to give this. Let's see. Okay. Now let's try and see if we have. Okay, still it is on the 400. What I'll do is I'll restart this one and then check if there is any. Okay. Yeah, there is a probably some error with this, but still, actually, we should get this one. Message. Now let's see for bad request. Right. So they are suggesting this one. So this is one thing. Culprit. Okay. So we have to. There are. I'll just send a request to this server. Could you help me understand the reason you're speaking plain HTTP and SSL enabled server port. Instead, please use. How can I use this, man? I don't know how. Okay, cool. Yeah, because by default it is starting with SSL enabled when we install. So this is what we have done, and that's why we need to give a HTTPS. Generally, what we do is if we install any software, right, it will go with the non SSL based version. But when with in case of tenable, I mean this Nessus, it is coming with the default SSL and enabled itself. So when SSL enabled, what we need to do is you have to try to access with the HTTPS based. That is the problem we have seen. This was the latest version upgradation. Okay? Now, what is started started trial, necess expert, professional, and essentials. So these are the basic these are the basic things. I mean, essential, professional, and expert. I'm going with the professional for now. An email which we have given here. What is an email that we have tried here? Temporary email address. Actually, yeah, here is the one. We got a. Oh my God. Okay. Download the message. And where is the free trial? But still, what I can do is I'm gonna copy this and then use this email address. Skip this. Yeah, please continue. So you have to register, then only you would be getting it here. So this is the activation code. We have to better note it somewhere and then continue. Till 20th, we have a information about it. 1 minute, guys. Okay. So my username is okay. Okay. And please wait while we it is downloading all the plugins basically. Okay, since it is connected to the internet. If it is not connected to the internet, right, we have to do a offline mode installation, which was showing like what is that? There is a 1.57 GB of package, right? It will downloading that one now since it is connected online. Otherwise, we have to manually download that package and then upload it to here. So we have to wait for this. Meanwhile, I want to check one more thing. Message. Professional basic network scan. So you would be doing some kind of a scanning like this. So what these guys are suggesting is they want to suggest basic network scan option and then give a range of IP addresses and then start going about it. Okay. It's almost been going to finish up. Okay, it is done almost. Okay, here is the dashboard of the dashboard of the Nessus 10. And yeah, so I'll just plugins are compiling. Nessus functionality will be limited until compilation is success. So it is down. See, the thing is, it is downloading a lot of things from the its own Nessus database. Okay, so it will keep on updating a lot of things. So you have to keep on get upgrade also. Otherwise, you won't get the latest information. Okay, so this is actually update is pending, it is going, and the version we are going to use a 10.6.1, which is a basic one. And this is an activation code that we used for this. And almost zero, basically there is a limitation for the free dial also, 32 IPs which I can scan for now. Okay, so if I use more than 32 licensed IP addresses, I can't get a use of this. And even this is going to be um, yeah, once you fix this IP addresses, you can't use this again here. Okay, so these are all the different options here. Okay, now I'm gonna do a create scan. I think this until this is completed, I can't do this because this is a hidden of it. Okay, and if you see here, there is a plugin source. This is also hidden since this is going on. Let's see that part also here. It was in disabled state now. Crash here. Meanwhile, we can check the settings here. Yeah, see, these are the settings of it actually. Okay, maximum plugins you can install. There is a free, since it is a free version, right? There is a lot of pre-configured settings. So we can't change few of them. And if it is a licensed version, we can do up to the limit of the basis plan that we have checked it out. And where it is logging about this messes and all, what is the configuration and everything they were been doing it. Okay, and these are the configuration. Now let's wait this to be completed here. And SS license and all, these are all the notification which is happening. Events, it is start and success. So there is a lot of things is going internally. Almost 20%. Almost there is a lot of information that we should try. See, it is requiring 4 CPUs, but it found a 3 only. That's why, because we allocated around 2 or 3 CPUs for this VM. Currently 10% of the CPU load, and disk space is almost 50% free. Yeah, 54% free. System memory is almost been free. Okay, these are the graph representation. These are the debug logs. Oh my god, it is going to take a time. Until then, we can't able to do that. Create scan and all the stuff here. Then only it will be finalized. But I can tell you the steps here itself. So meanwhile, if it is up, we can do. Otherwise, I'll record the video and then send to you guys. But I'll show you the steps here. So basically, when that is completed, once we click on a scan, it would show you what kind of a scan that you want to do. Do you want to scan advanced dynamic scan or advanced scan? What does it mean? Difference is, so basically we can give a multiple combinations of a scanning purpose. Meaning you can give a combination of web application, you can give a combination of IP addresses, you can give a combination of mobile scanning. You can choose multiple things with one thing here. That is one thing difference. If you want to scan your cloud infrastructure, you have to choose this. If you want to use shell detection, meaning bash related bash related vulnerabilities, you have to use it. If you want to do the basic network scan, this is what we want to do this. What this is, once you have done it, it will ask you the IP addresses range. For example, my IP address of my VM IP address is 19.168.107, and if I know, like, in my network there are many devices connected, they might have an IP addresses. I can give scanning of IP addresses from 192.168.1012 till 120. So almost 20 devices it will be scanning of, if in the basic network. In the scan, it will tell you yeah, this is the one thing. Configure the settings of the basic settings section, which is nothing but a in the in the basic network scan here. If you see here what name you want to scan, and for your scan, what is the description, and which folder you want to do. You want to create the save this in the my scans folder under the my scans, or you want to create a separate folder for this and then do. And targets here. In the targets, this is where we have to give a list of IP addresses. We can give individually IP addresses, like if you want a specific IP addresses. For example, I want to scan myself 19.168.107 comma 19.168.105 comma 1 not so like I can give an individual IP address. Or if you want to give an IP address range, you have to give hyphen in between 19.168.108 hyphen 19.168.110.120. So it will scan those stuff here. So that's how it will. Even you can upload the CSV file also. You have to give the basic information about your scanning details here. And see, they have given all the stuffs here. You can give one or more targets to be scanned. Of your target group, you have to give a hyphen about it. You don't need to specify about it here. And the next one is, after settings, we have to do a credentials of it. Credentials means how do I log into those target missions. Is it Windows based or Linux based? Windows based, it will ask you username and password. If it is a Linux based, it will ask you the SSH username and password of those missions here. Okay, so once you have done it, you just need to do a launch. Once you have save it, you have just do a scan out of it. After that, you will get a list of result here. Okay, so in the list of result, see, in the dashboard, the number of hosts it will show you, and vulnerabilities it is found totally 66, and remediations are 2, and history is 1 here. And the same result, whatever if you remember, in the anchor tag we have seen a list of IDs, right? Similarly, we would get a list of the packages, the versions, and suggestible versions to fix it, and what CVV it is, and the criticality or level of severity it will go view here. See, severity, name, which family, whether it is Linux or OS, and how many times and how much time it will fix. Do you want to get any information? You just double click on it. That's it. It will give you the complete information about it here. And even it will show you the graphics details, like, I mean, details in a graphical representation, like how much critical, how much high, how much low, and how much info here. So so it will show you all the see, if you click on medium based something, it will give you the description, and it will give you the solution, and it will also suggest you to read up some of the read ups about the same issue, and what output, how it is found, and everything. You would get everything here in this tenable nessus here itself. But in earlier case, if you are using a nessus here, you are just suggesting it not give anything a proper or concrete solution for that, right? So the same, but in case of an SS, it will give you the complete information about that fix. Okay, what is the description? How do you fix it? And what is the remediation? What is the write-ups for this? That's it. That's how it will give you a complete information about. It is a medium type of it, and the vulnerability ID is 2690, and version it found, and type of vulnerability is remote based, and family is Windows or Linux, and when it is published, when they publish the modified version, and what kind of a severity score for this CVVSS, and vulnerability information, and respective reference information is it. Okay, how many published, what are related, and everything you would be getting it here. So what you do is, as a DevSecOps person, you download this and then report to your manager or your team lead saying that, hey dude, we scanned our network host, and then it has found these many issues, so we have to fix this. If it is a fixable by the DevOps person, easily doable. And if it is fixed in the Java version or some application, right, you need to report to the respective developer, respective team. So that's how the work will be happening with the Nessus here. Okay, now let's see if it is not. Yeah, yeah, I think it will take more than that time, but the process is same. Whatever, this is a basic network scan we would be doing. There are some other scans also that we can try, but it is not necessary, especially the malware scans and a lot of stuffs. You need some basics about it here. And as for our thing, as for the network scanning, we do use a network itself, I mean basic network scan plugin in the scan Nessus template. This is available with the professional and expert also, but it is only limited a time. Yeah. And as we mentioned here, right, somewhere we have seen only 32 IP addresses we can do that. And we can't do the more than 32. So it will be limited. Okay. So this is it, guys, for the Nessus networks. I mean, network scanning using Nessus. So, and even I can provide you the number of the steps also here, but it's a common for everywhere, like any version of it. I don't need to specifically there are separate steps for this or not. So I just pinged in the chat here, so you can follow this. But make sure you go with the online mode. Otherwise, sometimes we'll be struck with the offline mode also. There is a lot of stuff here. Okay. That's it, guys, for today. And yeah, of course, this is our last session. Please let me know if you have any questions now. Um, uh, Kiran, do you have any questions?
At this point, no, Narendra. I mean, in case if I have any questions, like when I go back and look into the recordings and all of it, right? So, I mean, is there any way that I could reach out to you, or
Yeah, you can reach out me. Even you can contact Sandeep also. You know my email address also.
okay?
And Even you can reach out to Sandeep. Sandeep will have a contact of me also. Okay.
Sure, Narendra. Yeah.